What's going on, everyone? My name's Kyle with Soul Car Media here at Elmhurst BMW today, taking a closer look at the 2018 BMW M3 CS. Now this car, first and foremost, is absolutely beautiful, outfitted in San Marino Blue Metallic, which is actually a standard color now on the CS. Absolutely incredible car, looks amazing, performs amazing. A lot of differences from the normal F80, general F80 M3, so let's get into that right now. So taking a first look at the car, you're gonna see this gorgeous front lip. Obviously carbon fiber, super aggressive, looks similar to the styling of the M4 GTS. The M3, when it first came out, and M4, they had the M Sport lip option that had a canard right here, and then a lower polyurethane lip. That looked cool, not super aggressive, but they no longer offer it, first of all, and second of all, this looks way better. Hoping that this becomes an aftermarket available option for all M3s, but that is a huge signature look of the M3 CS, and then it pairs with the trunk spoiler that has the exact same kind of lines that just make this car look like an absolute beast. Now, as you can see, this has the updated lights that are included in the lighting package in 2018, also part of the executive package, kind of the more octagonal look that look absolutely beautiful. If you follow me around this way, you'll see what I'm talking about here. This is a 2016 model, and in 17 they also had this where the halos were a little bit more circled off, for lack of a better term, and they didn't have the black housing. Now if you come over here to the 2018, you'll see that it does have the exact same lights. So in 2018, one thing that is specific to this model year is these lights. Not every car has them, but some of them do. And then the M4 or M3 CS rather also has them. One thing, speaking of lighting on this car, is that the M3 CS does not have the OLED taillights because those are only offered on the M4 GTS, and then BMW, recycled that part onto the M4 CS. So the M3 CS is the same taillights as the 2018 M3 does, but those are already cool as it is, and I think the car looks absolutely gorgeous the way it is. So moving over and through the front end of this car, you're gonna see these black kidney grills, which were standard on the M4 and M3 competition package, but were an option on the base model M3. So those are standard on the CS. Move through those double slotted kidney grills, you see the air get pushed through these massive vents right here. Well, this massive vent, singular, but it's kind of divided inside. It looks gorgeous. That's something that's taken from the M3 and M4 GTS, or M4 GTS rather. And then coming around the side, you're gonna see the main stylistic difference of this car, from the side profile view that is, and you're gonna see these gorgeous wheels. I haven't seen BMW come out with a wheel like more than this since the E92 M3 competition package back in 2011 when that came out. I'll put a picture of that up so you can kind of see, but they're matte graphite, not to butcher the color, but it's like a matte graphite, looks super good, leaves a lot of room exposed to see those massive brakes in the background and those gorgeous blue calipers, obviously, as you can see there. Moving down, you're gonna see the black package, coinciding with the grills, with the fender vents right there, and you're going to see where the air passes through just on the standard M3 is the same. Coming back here, you're going to see the same wheel, but in a 19-inch up front, 20-inch variation in the rear. Pretty good profile right there, pretty low car as it is, and it sits very aggressively right out of the box. So coming around back, you're going to see what we were talking about, the matching rear trunk spoiler in that carbon fiber, just like the front spoiler. You can see how it's got those aggressive notches in it, matching the front and just looking absolutely beautiful. Coming down, you're gonna see a new redesigned exhaust with more bare aluminum, or these might be stainless. I had to double check, I'll put that in the video. But different exhaust, different tips, look much more aggressive than the more smoothed out tips on the other cars, on the comp package and the non-comp package. And then you're going to see this very slight detail, the carbon fiber on the rear diffuser, and then the heavy fins right there that look absolutely awesome and just kind of complete the aggressive look. But like I said, taillights are the same as the 2018 and 2017 M3, and that's going to kind of conclude all of the differences for the outside. With the paint color In mine, San Marino Blue Metallic is a standard option on this car, but it was a very expensive individual option. If you could even do it, I believe you could, but it was very expensive on the F80 M3 base. So don't have to pay extra for this color, which is totally cool. You're paying extra for the fact that it's an M3 CS or M4 CS, either one you end up wanting to get. But moving inside of the car, you're going to see a lot of the stylistic differences that people don't really understand are even a part of this car. So come inside this car and we'll take a closer look. So taking a look inside of the M3 CS, the first thing you're going to notice is this gorgeous Alcantara steering wheel. So not only is it a bit thicker than the factory steering wheel, but it also is of this beautiful Alcantara texture, and then you've got these perforations at the top to kind of designate dead center on the steering wheel, similar to like a red or yellow stripe you'll see on other cars. And the M4 GTS had something similar as well. Otherwise, you're going to notice this two-tone seats that haven't been a thing since the E92 M3, or even more so in the E39 M5, where they did two different colors. But here you're going to kind of see that Oreo style black and white, kind of like an off-white look for the leather. And then you're going to also see the M stripes on the headrest, which is super cool, kind of bringing back some of the E36 styling with that. And then taking a closer look at the dashboard, you're going to see the CS perforation, kind of those same slots that are used on the steering wheel. You're going to see them right here across that Alcantara trim covering, and then the black Shadowline trim underneath. And then you're going to obviously see this car has extended leather, so that means that the whole, or full leather rather, so that means that the whole dash is wrapped in leather. The door handles and the door cards are wrapped in leather. So the top of the door card, see how it's split there? That is typically not the case on a base model car. And then you're going to also see that the center console, this whole piece, is also Alcantara. It's wrapped in Alcantara and has this beautiful white stitching. It's double stitching all the way down to connect the two pieces. The DCT control is very similar to the normal M3, but then looking at the climate control stuff, you're going to notice that it has more of a lightweight option. So kind of like if you are into M3s from the past, the E36 M3 in 95 versus 96 had this same kind of more mechanical looking vibe. Wasn't necessarily back then to cut weight, but now and in the E46 CSL and stuff like that, they did the same kind of thing. To cut weight, there's less digital features of the climate control, which is super cool. So moving back to this center console, the armrest is gone on this car. Not even sure if it's an option to bring that back into it, but that's not there. Everything else is pretty standard M3 for you. Competition package feature right here, the tri-stitch seat belts, which are super, super cool. And you're gonna see this designation right here on the door sill of the M3 CS. So with that being said, I think we got to take a look at that gorgeous exhaust and see what kind of noises it makes. I know to a lot of people the M3, the F80 M3 and M4 are not the best sounding M cars that have ever been made, and I agree with you, but with technology changing and things being twin turbocharged, you've got to give it some credit for what it is. So let's start this thing up and hear what it sounds like. So similarly to the standard M3, you're going to have this amazing S55 motor, twin turbo inline 6. You can look here, you see more carbon fiber, of course, this strut tower brace, that's absolutely beautiful. Main difference is the fact that the standard M3 makes 425 horsepower, and this particular M3 CS makes 453 out of the box. With that being said, I want to thank you guys so very much for watching this video. As always, this is the 2018 M3 CS. Whether the speculation will lead you either way to whether it's worth it, me personally, owning a standard base M3, I would totally go for this for the cool factor and everything else. It's just a perfect car out of the box. And I want to let you guys know that I thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.